Our coverage of Democracy 2020 continues now. Early voting in Marion County has been plagued by long lines at some of the early voting locations. The Marion County Election Board will vote this Friday, it's tomorrow, on a dramatic remedy. It's a plan that would make Lucas Oil Stadium an early voting site this weekend. Our own Ray Steele tells us that the battles over satellite voting has been going on for a long time here.
Satellite voting in Indiana's largest county is a relatively new concept, unlike most other counties across the state. Marion County has fewer satellite voting locations than many smaller counties. The reason, according to the head of the Marion County Republican Party,
we voted on the plan that the clerk's office came up. The staff and them thought that would be adequate, and so we were more than welcome to go along with it.
But that's not the entire story. Indiana state law requires that any change to early voting can only happen if a county's election board approves it unanimously. Election boards have members of both political parties. In 2008, Marion County opened 2 satellite early voting locations before that election. That was the year Barack Obama carried Indiana in the presidential race. Obama won the state by just under 29,000 votes. Starting with the next election in 2010, efforts to expand satellite early voting failed because the Republican member of the Marion County Election Board voted against it. Republicans on the board also blocked early voting expansion in 2012, 2014, and 2016. Their reason? They said that operating the early vote sites was too expensive. However, most other Indiana counties were expanding satellite voting with no objections from either political party. In 2016, when Republican Donald Trump carried Indiana, Democrat Hillary Clinton got fewer votes in Marion County than Obama got in 2008, 29,000 fewer votes. In 2017, Common Cause Indiana and the NAACP sued the Marion County Election Board in federal court for discrimination against black voters over the refusal to add early voting locations. The next year, federal judge Sarah Evans Barker, a Ronald Reagan appointee, ruled in their favor. The election board then came up with the current early voting sites as part of the settlement agreement in that lawsuit. The chair of the Marion County Democratic Party told WRTV they wanted more early voting sites, but that Republicans would only agree to the 5 operating now. Regardless of what happened in the past, if the election board votes unanimously on Friday, Marion County will, for at least 2 days, have the biggest early voting site in the state's history. Working for you, Ray Steele, WRTV.
Ray, thank you. We reached out to Scott Zarazi, the executive director of the Marion County Republican Party. He told us he was not part of the negotiations over the early voting sites in 2018, but he said it was his understanding that the county could only budget for the 5 locations that were approved. Zarazi also says he favors the use of Lucas Oil Stadium as an early voting site, saying, quote, "It is perfectly appropriate, and I think the board will move forward unanimously in a bipartisan fashion to put that plan into place," end quote.